Oops, I forgot to I have to change that. Okay, sorry. I was watching something with Curiosity Stream in one of my investments, and so yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna do a video on Curiosity Stream today. I'm not on Curiosity Stream, but on companies like stock updates essentially. Sorry for the choppy intro, but the thing is, I'm just trying to like give you updates on companies. So Curiosity Stream, we all know have went up a lot recently, but is it still a buy? Like I said, I think the intrinsic value is somewhere like, let's not say 50 to 60 to be bullish, but we can say 40. Bottom line is just like that. Like I said, I think this is gonna kind of go like Neo. I think I'm not saying the hype factor. I don't care if the hype isn't there. I know the intrinsic value is, and I know where it's trading at now, and I say it's a great margin of safety. And it's down 9% for no fundamental reasons. I don't think so. Yeah, there's no news. Yeah, so it's down for no fundamental reasons. But I will say yesterday was up pretty good. Yeah, like it hit $20. And I think the only reason why it's down kinda is that resistance. $20, $10, $15. Some people may have put in orders to sell at certain points. I don't know. But I will say this company is a really good company, and I would say buy on the dip. Oh yeah, and after hours it's up. So yeah, if I would put out this video earlier, probably could have bought on that dip. But now it's up after hours. But yeah, so Curiosity Stream, I think is a still amazing company. I was watching something and they were like, he gave a hint like he hasn't released it yet. The Clint, yeah. So anyways, he was talking about how he's gonna release something about Wall Street. I mean, like the history, basically the history of Wall Street. And that's gonna be really cool. So I would say buy a subscription to Curiosity Stream too, because they have some really good content. Yeah, I saw some of the content. I don't have a subscription, but I could buy one with the games I have on the company. So yeah. Anyways, Discovery Plus, or Discovery Communications, but essentially the short-term catalyst, mid-term catalyst, and catalyst is really Discovery Plus. So Discovery has been making some great moves with own network, Discovery Plus, all these great things, which has led the stock price to go up a good bit. Since like November or so. I think Michael Burry owns shares of this company. Like the last time I checked, he owns a good amount of this company. And so yeah. And now, before you say something about Tesla, Michael Burry, or Big Short. I'm not gonna say, I don't know if I pronounced his name correctly, but I never pronounce anything correctly. But yeah, so he owns this company. I'm not gonna say he's a great growth investor. So when looking at Discovery Plus as much, or looking at this company for growth, I wouldn't say probably not to look at this company, but more of like a curiosity stream. But the growth of the value is really there. I can say the intrinsic value is higher than the share price today. So Discovery. Fun fact: so my mom came home with like the Discovery subscription thing. I think it was because of a bundle, and it's essentially free. But I was like, why do you have this? Like, unsubscribe immediately. Like, what are you doing? I own Curiosity Stream. Unsubscribe. You're hurting my company. And it's just kind of a joke, but yeah, I was very serious, and I'm still am serious about that. I don't want this company to hurt my company. But I don't think they can. We have Curiosity Stream with the first mover advantage. So, if you don't know already, I run track. So, running track, think about, well, sometimes in track meets, there's like no other people running the race. Maybe just because it's an unpopular race. Maybe it's a good race. Remember, it's getting you fit and you're having fun, but it's for some reason it's an unpopular race. And so you go to a track meet and say there's like only no one else, essentially no one else running with you for this race. And think about it, you're getting benefits of working out, having fun, things like that. And you're gonna obviously win. So like your competitor is yourself. You want to try to beat yourself or beat your best time. That's kind of how it is, and that's how it is with Curiosity Stream. And so right now, really, I think that's more how it is. Essentially, no competitors, first mover advantage. But you do have to keep in mind once there are, because a lot of races, track is a popular sport. Eventually you will meet other people. There's lots of people in the world, a huge populated world. So you're gonna meet another person who runs your same race and can run it better. So, well, I mean, you there's other people who will run the same race, and your goal is to run it better. And they'll come, and you got to make sure that you keep running and trying to beat your best time essentially in track, because there's gonna be people who are gonna come, and you're gonna eventually have competitors. And so same thing with Curiosity Stream. They are beating themselves. They're growing revenues at massive pace. Really no debt, really essentially. And like debt to equity ratio, amazing. So any or percentage, whatever you want to do. But yeah. So essentially this company, Curiosity Stream, essentially no competitors. Discovery Plus, they're not focused. It's a lot of different content. Curiosity Stream, pure play. So next update I want to do is Tattoo Shelf. Kind of spend a lot on that company. Tattoo Shelf. Full disclaimer in description, by the way, I own shares of this company. And full disclaimer in the description of all of companies I mentioned in this video that I own shares of. So you'll know that because I'll have the companies that I mentioned that I own shares of. So Tattoo Shelf, it's been kind of on a down run. Since like 10% or so. I think this company, like I said, intrinsic value is a good bit higher, not extremely higher like Curiosity Stream, but a good bit higher than where it's trading at now. And I see it doing amazing. You look at all the revenue added up for the next 5 years, to the market cap today, and then you look at the intrinsic value essentially. Then you look at the management, and then you look at the valuation compared to other companies like relative valuation, not just absolute valuation, which the absolute valuation is obviously intrinsic value is higher, but relative valuation is also higher as well, based upon what I see. And what is relative? So there's two types of valuations. I think is absolute. I haven't looked at this in a long time because I already learned this like a good bit ago. But yeah, so I think it's absolute valuation. I don't know. That one I always get confused. I forget what they call it, but essentially one is about the intrinsic valuation and one is like the valuation on multiples compared to peers. And so so that's relative valuation and one that is like compared to peers essentially. And then you have intrinsic valuation, or I mean absolute valuation is what I think they call it, but it's essentially the intrinsic value of the company. Also, let's go to the next company. So yeah, this company is amazing, like I said. Any good news will send it soaring, kind of like Beyond Meat has. Oh yeah, I probably should give my opinion on Beyond Meat. So Beyond Meat, so it's been soaring kind of recently, like a good bit. On news, of course, there's always on news. Long term, people say be a long term investor, but long term is a series of like multiple short term time frames. So do keep that in mind. When people are super duper bullish in this like in a short term period of time, like say in a month, they're extremely bullish on this industry. Of course, they're gonna pay higher multiples for the things they're spinning out. And they're gonna do that when they project future cash flows, etc. They're gonna pay higher multiples. And then you could say maybe some very bad news happens on the industry. They're going to pay lower multiples. And that's another short period of time. Say that's just a month. And so, the long term is made up of like multiple short term periods. Do keep that in mind. So yeah. Beyond Meat, I think it's amazing, but I'm not going to be a buyer of it because their products, they stand for something amazing, but their products, a lot of people seem to not like it. Else it's dressed with a lot of different stuff. Or, cheese, mayo, mayonnaise, which is mayonnaise, mustard, etc., etc. So let's give an update on Very Good Food Company. One of my followers on Twitter and subscribers on YouTube, I think he is as well. But he asked me about this like a long time ago, like when it was dipping here. No, like here. I don't know, but it was like when it was dipping a lot before that news. But yeah. So what do I think about this company? I think this company is amazing. I'm not gonna ever say you to sell it if you still own shares of it. But if you still own shares of it, yeah, I wouldn't ever say to sell it. Long term is amazing, even though short term has been really amazing. And midterm, any news will send the stock soaring, or any bad news will send the stock declining. And no news, kind of like Kylian, send it declining, and that's kind of a dangerous situation. That's why you must have amazing management. And management that is kind of up to date and uses technology and really good at that stuff. IR, so I think they're really good with that. So if you think it's gonna be like Halion with like no news, it will go down this massively. No, this management won't let that happen. It won't let it go down just because there's no news. So there'll always be good news coming out with this. Or I'm not gonna say always, because I can't say that. But I'm gonna say I think there's always gonna be a lot of growth in there. Usually that means a lot of good news. And so yeah. And like I said, good news is this stock as well as Planet 13 soaring. So let's think about what is it called? What's the dude's name? I forgot the name, but the president. Oh my gosh! Oh yeah, Joe Biden. How did I forget? But yeah, Joe Biden. But no, I do know who that is. How would I not know who Joe Biden Donald Trump is? But yeah, so Joe Biden. When you think about Joe Biden and what he stands for, he seems to like electric vehicles. Cannabis companies. Planet 13. True Leaf Cannabis will benefit Planet 13. Any news will send it soaring with a lot of same thing with a lot of cannabis companies. So True Leaf really massive. We were talking about this like a long time ago, but like before it went up massively. Yeah, this probably is. We look at the value of Planet 13. True Leaf is obviously more valuable. I think it's probably the best play currently. I'm not gonna lie. Planet 13 volatility is amazing, but True Leaf is amazing as well. Yeah, I love this company so much, but I don't own shares of it. I don't own shares of this company, but yeah, I don't know. Like it's like opportunity cost. Opportunity cost can be really massive. Yeah, I don't know. But if I were to buy it, I would want to dip better than this from the 52-week highs. So how long have I been recording? Let's see how much. Like 11 minutes. So I'm gonna go over a couple more companies. What other companies can I go over? I don't even know. Like, give me some in the comment section because obviously you see. Oh, CVS. So I went over companies I've talked about before. Now I'm going over companies that I love or I'm looking at. So CVS. So let's look at the timestamp. So yeah, about 11 minutes or so. So CVS and Walgreens and Boots Alliance are both amazing. Both will benefit. They're both essentially the best. But when you think about it, when people are looking for plays on the vaccine stuff like that, and they'll hear stuff about CVS and Walgreens and vaccines and stuff like that, they're gonna search the largest pharmacy or healthcare company, whatever they want to search in the world. But you can see CVS pharmacy. When I searched it says CVS, and then they'll see CVS is a public company, and they'll go and buy the stock. And I think that will lead to better things than what Walgreens will because CVS is like bigger. Walgreens is amazing too. So yeah, that was really cool. So let's look. So yeah, here's something. So before I travel a lot, like I do kind of travel a lot, but like for soccer, for sports, and those are places that are not like you can say New Orleans or Philadelphia. So I traveled to Philadelphia, I think a year or two ago. And I went to Philadelphia, and so I was like, why do people ever like Walgreens or CVS? I was like, these companies like are so stupid in my opinion. Like one time I go there is like for a soccer game or soccer practice, and I need a drink. But then when I realized, so this is what a lot of the stores look like. But then I realized like see Walgreens in like a place like New Orleans or Philadelphia, and they're actually where you like walk in. Well, I knew this, but until I actually was like there, I knew this, but I knew this. Like I went to New Orleans before as well, but I don't think they were. I don't think I went to Walgreens in New Orleans, but essentially, when you're walking and going to this, it's so much different than driving. Like you just stop Walgreens really quickly; they have the stuff you need, and I will say that's amazing. So yeah. Walgreens is amazing, but I will say a lot of people linger around there, which is a good thing for the company. But not I'm not talking about like I mean linger around there as like stand outside. Even in Philadelphia there was homeless people in there. I don't know if that's gonna like be a problem because when you think about it, they probably want to tight restrictions stuff like that. I don't know if that's still how it is now because I haven't really traveled since COVID. But so yeah I don't even know why I brought up that point. So how long have I been talking? Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna kind of end the video now. I really like CVS, or let's give you just some more companies I like. CarGurus, super duper undervalued. This company is great, 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 great. That will probably be my next investment after CVS. What other companies have I been looking at? I've been looking at Shift, and I've been looking at SG Blocks. Yeah, amongst some other companies. But yeah, that's really it. SG Blocks, out of all the ones that I've told you today, is one that I'm least interested in buying. But yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter. All those great things will be like extremely helpful for me. Also, join my stock market course. Just kidding. But like I do have a free presentation about stock market tips for beginners. Which will always be free. I think always. I mean, I don't know why, whatever make you pay for it. Hopefully it'll be helpful too. and